Hello, welcome to my August TBR. I'm super excited to chat about things I plan on reading in August with you, see what my TBR game picks for me. It's been a little bit since I've really said what my TBR game is, so just a quick little reminder, I have a haunted house game board that I have made that I am trying to move through to escape at the end. Once I escape, I'm done, and that is my TBR. But the house wants me to stay there and keep collecting books. So some of the doors are locked, and I have to remove books from my TBR. Some are locked, and it just keeps me there longer, so I collect more. It's different every single time I play, which is fun. The rooms have different colors, which correspond to a genre, so I have to match the genre and the prompt card for each pick. So that's a quick little refresher. I think it's been a year and a half. I played the game with my original board for about a year, and then I switched to my new one this year. So in the month of August, I still have a lot of very ambitious reading plans, but I am not going to be dictated by any readathons other than things happening on my Patreon, but those are usually page count readathons, so I can read whatever works for videos that I need to read. I do have 2 required books that I need to get to. I'm going to try to fit them in for the game, and then if that doesn't work, I'll talk to you about them at the end. So let's see what the haunted house brings this month. We ended my TBR game last time exiting out of this door, so that is where we are going to start. Let's just see where the house takes us. I have no real plans. Roll 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A romance book with a one-word title. Honestly, this is harder than I thought. Well, just based on things that I know that I specifically want to be reading, but I do have a series on my shelf full of one-book titles. So I have Heartless by Elsie Silver. The first one is Flawless, and I think I gave it 3 or 3.5 stars. So I generally enjoyed it, but I've heard so many people say this is their favorite in the series. It's a grumpy single dad, so I guess it's Grumpy Sunshine. She's a nanny, and they play a game of truth or dare in a hot tub that then starts something. They have 2 months with her as his nanny, so obviously they're going to fall in love and be together past that. I've really enjoyed from Elsie Silver previously, so I think I will like this one as well. Roll 2. 9. Let's go this way. 1, 2, 3. Door is unlocked. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A thriller book that is a book club pick. For this one, I decided to fit in one of my 2 required reads. So I will be reading my Patreon. It's not technically a book club, but it's kind of a book club. We're doing some series, also some like author read-alongs for a couple months. So in July and August, we are reading from Lucinda Berry. So in August, I will be reading her newest book, 1 in 4. This is following a psychiatrist, I believe, who has agreed to do a reality TV show. She has a personal history with the show's director, and she will be treating a mansion full of former child stars on the road to recovery. And then one of them turns up dead while the cameras are still rolling. I think this could be a new favorite for me. I love Lucinda Berry, like truly, so really, really excited for this one. Roll 3. 6, 1. Door is locked. Remove 1 book from TBR. I will be removing Heartless. I have to read 1 in 4 in August, so it was an easy decision. And I feel like romance is something that I like to read a lot of at once, and then I take a little bit of a break from it. So not being committed to this is a little nice, but it's one that I own. I'm really excited to get to at some point. Honestly, I can't remember if I moved 2 or 3. I think it was 2, maybe. We're just gonna go with that. So start with 3, 4, 5, 6. A thriller that a friend gave 5 stars. For this one, I have a book that my friend Jessie from Reading with Jess gave 5 stars, and that is Someone Knows by Vi Keeland. This is the author of The Unraveling. She's also a romance author, which I do think is evident in her books. The Unraveling was just like messy and fun and exactly what I want from thrillers. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It's such a short synopsis. It says, Professor Davis knows that everyone has a story, and she'll teach you how to tell yours, as long as you don't ask about her own past. But someone knows, so grab a pen and some paper. Get ready to take notes, because the truth is this story is far from over. So it seems like we're following a professor who is teaching a class on writing, and I'm pretty sure somebody knows her story and starts to write about it. Very much looking forward to this one. I hope it's super messy and entertaining. Roll 4. 6 again. 1, 2. Door is locked. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Another thriller from the library. For this one, I'm going with a bit of an older one, and I will be reading Notes on an Execution. I think this one is a little bit more literary, but it does say it's a tense thriller on the back, which is really what I want. I think this one's going to have some interesting discussions in it. It says it's literary suspense that deconstructs the story of a serial killer on death row, told primarily through the eyes of the women in his life, which sounds kind of similar to The Quiet Tenant by Clémence Michelon. It's through a mother-sister homicide detective we learn the story of Ansel's life. Breathtaking suspense with astonishing empathy. I am really excited for this one. I think that this one is going to have the more in-depth discussions on things that I've been looking for recently. I either want things that like have a lot to say or things that are super fun, fast-paced, and entertaining. So I think that I have a good mix of those on my TBR for this month, which is incredible. Roll 5. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A thriller. That is a hyped book. A hyped thriller is hard. I feel like I haven't been seeing like too many hyped thrillers recently. I think a lot of people have been disappointed by a lot of thrillers for a little bit now, but I went with ones that are hyped authors, and I think people are really excited about these new releases still. So every month my Patreon gets to vote for one of the books that will end up on my TBR, and this was the one they got to vote for this month. So the 3 books they got to vote between were The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark, Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell, and Too Old for This by Samantha Downing. Too Old for This is not out yet. The thing is, I have had very mixed results from 2 of these 3 authors. I have given Lisa Jewell 2 stars multiple times and also 5 stars. I have given Samantha Downing 2 stars and 4.5, 5 stars. And then the previous book I read from Julie Clark, I think I gave 4 stars. But the winner by a significant amount was The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. I think everybody was being very nice to me because they knew that I had to read this in August anyway, because I am co-hosting the booktube hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads, along with Vanessa from Read with Dr. B. I'm really excited to read this and chat about it with everybody. Look at this very cool first print edition. I really love these edges. I think they're very unique. So this one is set in 2 timelines. June 1975, where 2 teenage siblings are found dead in their home, and the only surviving sibling, Vincent, is the one that is accused of killing them, but not to the point where he is actually convicted. But then decades later, the legend grows as his career as a horror writer skyrockets. And then we have a ghostwriter who is hiding that she is the only child of Vincent, and she's on the brink of financial ruin. She's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book, and he is ready to finally tell everybody what really happened on that night in 1975. Books about people writing these stories about things that happened to them, I feel like are always super intriguing. So I think this is going to be a really great one to discuss and to read. So the live show for this will be the end of August or beginning of September. Roll 6. 8. Starting off. Door is unlocked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Door is unlocked. 5, 6, 7, 8. A book in any genre by a previously read author. I had so many options for this one, it being in any genre, and then an author I've just read from before, not even necessarily had to like. But I am going to go with Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. I really, really loved the first book in this series, and I'm excited to continue it. And at the very end of August, I am gonna take a little train. No, I don't know why I said train. A plane, maybe they rhyme and that's the issue. I'm taking a plane to Canada I am going to visit Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy along with Monica from A Little Bit of Monica and Mel from Eleanor Reads. We're having a little trip together at Cassidy's house. So I think this one could be a good one to read on the plane because I'm cheap and did not pay to book actual seats. So I probably won't be sitting with Monica or Mel, even though Monica and I will be taking the flights there together and Mel will be meeting us on our connecting flight and we will be going in together. None of us paid to pick the seats because it was $80. I'm like, I'm not going to talk the whole time anyway, so I'm going to save my money. So I think this will be a great plane book. Roll 7. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Door is unlocked. 8. We made it out. That was a very easy round of Escape the TBR. The 2 books that I absolutely needed to get on my August TBR made it on, so these are my top priorities, again, for my Patreon read-along and for the book troop. I have really good vibes about these books. I think that there's a couple 5 stars in here. So I'm really excited for my reading in August. I'd love to know what you are most looking forward to reading in the month. And if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. If you made it to the end and want to leave me an emoji to say you were here, you can leave me a crown emoji. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to pick very random ones. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.